Hi guys, morning and welcome to Cookie's Allotment Devon. It's a bit of a misty, rainy sort of day, but I think the light's alright for shooting, so I'll just show you what I've been doing over the winter, show you how my plot's progressing and show you what's new for this season, and I'll spin you around and let's get going. So, down the well-trodden path to my plot. I've still got quite a few bits in from last year. Down here in the southwest you can pretty much grow all year round. I know some of you up in the southeast and up north it's a bit of a struggle, but I cut the labina back, so hopefully that'll be good for this year. I've still got some sort of spinach in there. This bit's ready to go, and the leeks are still sort of growing away nicely. And under there, that's where I'll be putting sort of salads. It's got a bit of leaf mould there. Obviously the weeds will need to come out first. This year's where I'm going to have my Bilotti beans. I'm not going to do runner beans this year. I tried them last year. I'm not a massive fan. And the Bilotti beans are pretty good. You can eat them basically out of the pod with salads, or you can save them on and put them in stews and casseroles. So that's what I'll be doing. This year is where I'll be doing on my squash and courgettes, butternut squash and the odd Atlantic giant pumpkin. You can see I've already cut into the membrane, and I'll just show you one for an example. Already cut into the membrane and filled with sort of manure, well-rotted manure, so they're literally ready to go. So there's plenty of holes there to sow my squash and courgettes into. Now this is new for this year. I've built a fruit cage. It's got a nice zip door to it. This frame was on Gumtree. It's amazing what people throw away. I'm doing a video tomorrow of a greenhouse that someone's basically put on Gumtree for free as well. So I'll film that as we dismantle it and bring it to the site. It's not for me, it's for one of my friends. So let's take you into the fruit cage. On the left we've got in fact, you know, I'm going to open the door. So these zips are quite good actually. There you go, just basically velcro into the net. You just cut a hole in the netting and they just velcro in. So saves building a door and all the rest of it. So from the front of the cage we've got a raspberry, a black currant, another raspberry, a jostaberry, which is I believe it's a mix between a black currant and I can't remember the other berry. I'll come back to that in a minute. Then we've got honeyberry, which is an edible honeysuckle. All honeysuckles produce berries, but there's only a few varieties that are actually edible. So we've got two of those. And then we're going to blueberries. The variety is Duke. So obviously these like herbaceous compost. I did a test on my soil and it's not very acid. It's more alkaline. So I had to dig out quite a big hole, which I then lined with cardboard, filled with herbaceous compost, and planted the blueberries straight into those. This hole here is going to be a tayberry, and I've got loganberry there, so a nice mix of fruit. Now the netting came from a company called Horticultural, and it basically came on the roll, so that's all the way around, and then I'll just put netting on the top over the bars. Not yet. I've done a bit of research into it, and basically it says that the top netting really only needs to go on once the fruit's set. So I'll probably leave that till about April, May, maybe even later June. Just see how the plants go on. I'm not expecting masses of fruit for the first year. It takes a couple of years for them to establish, but going back to the jostaberry, I believe it's a mix between blackcurrant and gooseberry. So That should be quite interesting. So that's the fruit cage. I've got a couple of globe artichokes at the back there. And then I shall take you back out of the fruit cage. Okay, that brings me on to these beds. Now I do like to find things down the lanes behind houses, and one of the things I found was a drum. So that's got Araceous compost in there, and I'll be putting another blueberry plant in there. I've got a pink sapphire that I'm bringing on in the greenhouse at the moment. Then I've got my raised beds. I'm going to put radishes in this one, and then these two here will be parsnips and carrots, or possibly just carrots, and I'll put the parsnips somewhere else. Then I've got overwintering red onion, so they're doing really well at the moment. This bed here is my Jerusalem artichokes, which are a member of the sunflower family, so they grow nice and tall. Got an apple tree here that I'll be sort of fanning the branches out at a later date, so they sort of espalier them out that way, but they've got plenty of buds on there already, as you can see. So this area here is a sort of area I've left for sort of composting and the kids to play in when they come down, so they don't climb all over my plants. The gunnera, which is already trying to put on some growth, although I have noticed where it's come through and the frost's got to the leaves here, it has blackened them, so whether they'll die back and we'll get some new ones. The asparagus bed, which I've had a couple through already when the weather's been a bit warmer, but they've sort of died off really quickly with the cold. Then I've got my tomato greenhouse, which just needs a bit of a clean out. And the rubber tyres, which at the moment I've got daffodils in, but they'll be my wild flowers. So there'll be plenty of flowers there to attract the bees. Okay, my Hartley Botanical greenhouse at the moment has it's been sort of cleaned out, and at the moment I've got my very early potatoes in there, and you can see that one is already broken through the surface there. The variety of those is Anya or Anna, I think it is. So I've got 3 buckets there, which once they sort of establish a bit more, they'll be coming out of the greenhouse. Okay, the African Keyhole Garden. This year I'm just doing alliums in here, so these are all overwintering onions, and then it kind of splits to where the straw is, and this side's all garlic. So as you can see, it's already, I mean, the thickness of the garlic already is finger thickness, so it's doing really well. The broad beans at the back there are doing really well. So, and the willow's already starting to bud, so we get a good little arch there. It's the African Keyhole Garden. Now, I think I did put this on a video last year, the African Keyhole Garden, the principle behind it. You just basically water and compost into the bin in the middle, so all the nutrients sort of ooze out into the soil, and it does seem to do a lot better. Okay, I'll take you round past this greenhouse. Got some shallots, another little apple tree there, and then this is new for this year. I've built a chicken coop or chicken run. And the chicken coop, I'm hoping to have 5 chickens, possibly even 7 in here. It's quite a big area. These are the nesting boxes I've built. I just need to put some felt on to waterproof them, but they're a good size of nesting box. Got 2 of those, and this one I've actually built into the door, so when the door swings open you can clean inside the chicken coop. A guy I know was doing a decking swap, and he had a load of these decking boards going, so I've put them over the roof just to give the chickens some extra shelter. So that's the chicken coop. So we've got quite a few new things this year. The chickens also be a new thing, and the fruit cage will be a new thing. But You can see the fruit cage there. It's a good size. It's 5 meters by 3 meters. And it's fairly easy to put up as well. So there you go. Well, that's the plot as it is at the moment. I did put a video on of some seeds that I'd sown a couple of days ago, and like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be dismantling the greenhouse with my friend Emerson, so I shall put that on there as well. Right, so I'll just spin you around. So, like I said, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. If you're going to, I noticed someone put on there a thumbs down for one of my videos. I'm not sure why, but you know, if you're going to do that, can you at least comment and say why, whether it's to do with the quality or the content? That would be most helpful. Okay, and thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.